So welcome back to my channel, you guys. For today's video, I do have a product that I've been wanting to try for such a long time. Every time I went to Sephora, I would walk by it and just look at it and touch it and just, I don't know, I would never physically buy it, but I finally did this weekend, and it's called the Ilia Super Serum Skin Tint, and it does have SPF 40 sunscreen in here. I don't know if it's the packaging, I don't know, something about it just intrigues me because number one, it is the summertime and I don't like, wearing a lot of makeup on my skin. So this is a better option, and plus it's a clean brand, so it doesn't have like any bad ingredients in here. So I don't know about you guys, but I am ready to try this out and see, if it's worth the hype. So with that being said, make sure you like and subscribe. Let's go ahead and jump right to a video. So if you watch my review videos before, you do know I love to read the claims of what the product claims to do and also tell you the price. So for this serum, I did pay, let's see, I paid $39.87, and it's typically $46 because if you guys don't know, when it comes to Sephora, they do have their point system. So if you do spend $500 now, you get $10 off. So that's a really good price, and I did buy something else as well. So it's typically $46, which is really on the high end if you think about it. But at the same time, I haven't tried it out yet, so I can't really say too much about that. But I do want to read the claims of what it claims to do. So one thing on here, it claims to be a hydrating natural protection serum skin tint, and also on the back, let's see. So it also says that it's a clean, silicone, and fragrance-free tinted serum packed with active, nourishing ingredients and non-nano zinc oxide SPF 50. We could just say SPF 50 because that was a lot for me to say. So it's also an innovative weightless formula that delivers light coverage that dries down to a natural dewy finish. All right, so y'all know I have oily skin, so the word dewy sometimes scares me, but at the same time, you never know, because a lot of products I've tried claim to be like a glowy, dewy situation, and it actually isn't that bad on my skin, so we'll test that out. So moving on, it also says that fine lines and imperfections are softened and skin appears healthy. And then it also has like all the ingredients on the back of that. So before you do apply the product, you have to make sure that you shake it really well, and also dispense half a dropper into palms of hands and apply like serum. So typically with products like this, I feel like a lot of people use their fingers, but y'all know how I am. I may just use a brush instead, and then use my beauty blender afterwards. So let's actually get it out so I can show y'all what it looks like. And they really tape this up, so I'll be back. So they really made sure that you couldn't get in here because I had to use the scissors and really go at it. So when I open it up, I do see their True Skin Radiant Priming Serum. It has firming and smoothing properties with aloe as well. So they give you a little sample of this, which I probably should have used, but I already applied primer on my skin because I want to use my typical primers just to see if I notice any difference in my skin when I apply this serum. So the shade I did get actually is called Dominica, and this is what it looks like. I will say, you guys, I love the packaging. I think that's what got me, because every time I walked by it, I was just like, it looks so good. I don't know, something about the packaging I absolutely love. Now let's touch base on the shades themselves, okay? Because y'all know right now with COVID, you can't really swatch or do anything like that. So I had a Sephora employee actually help me out with my shades, but seriously, I didn't need that much help because the darker shades, I don't know what it is, but the tones and the undertones are completely off. A lot of the shades were super red or pink, and this was the only shade that could possibly work on my skin. So it's not that it matches me perfectly because I couldn't test it out, but it was the only shade that looked pretty neutral and golden out of the whole shade she did have. So that's the only thing. I feel like the shades do need a little bit of work from what I've seen. So now moving on to application, I did go ahead and prime my face already, and I always use my Touch and Soul Icy Sherbet primer all over my skin, and then in my T-zone I use my Kane & Austin Prime and Protect mattifying primer, which also has SPF 50. So I am getting my sunscreen on today because typically I don't apply sunscreen, which I know is bad, y'all, trust me, I know, but today we are getting it in the primer and also the serum itself, which is great. So first and first, I'm gonna shake this up really well because on the box it says to make sure that you shake it vigorously is the word. So shake, shake, shake. So I think I've shook it enough. So it should be really mixed up in there. And I did go ahead and apply orange corrector as well, because with this, I don't think we're gonna get a lot of coverage. So I wanna make sure that I have my orange corrector on first. So with that being said, I'm gonna bring y'all in a little bit closer so y'all can see my skin when we do this. So I'm gonna apply with a brush. Actually, I'm gonna use my e.l.f. Buffing Foundation brush. And I'm not sure if I should apply this directly on my face or on the back of my hand. I'll just do it on the back of my hand first. And this shade, y'all, oh God. Oh, it looks a little light. I'm kind of scared now. Okay, so it looks really light, you guys, actually. So let me just try this. I'm not gonna say, oh, y'all. Okay. So before I go any further, I'm actually gonna turn my lights right here to the side so y'all can really see what this looks like on the skin. I don't know how to feel. Let me apply it on my skin and then we'll go from there, because I don't know how to feel right now. So right off the back, I will say the brush, like, it doesn't look good with a brush. And also it looks super, super dewy, you guys. So I'm not sure if I'm doing this correctly, because it is a serum. So I gotta think about it that way. So what I'm gonna do instead is try on the other side. And let me actually blend this out, because I'm looking a little crazy right now. I'm gonna try on the other side and see what it looks like if I just mix it into my skin. Okay, so by just mixing it, I will say it doesn't look bad, because I think, you know what it is? I think when it comes to the serum, basically, it's just like that fresh, everyday type of situation. Like, if you don't want to apply foundation on your skin, you can just butt this in with your finger and you will be fine, because on this side, I'm trying to apply like a foundation and that's just not what it is. So when I kind of just put a little bit onto my skin by just, like, you know, really pressing it into the skin, it looks a lot better. So basically what it does is it gives your skin that skin-like look without that foundation feeling, if you know what I mean. So I'm gonna go back in and do this again and just apply it with my fingers. I'm not gonna lie, you guys, the shade is a little bit off, but the more I blend it into my skin, it's really not that bad. Okay, so now that I pressed it into my skin, this is basically what it looks like. And I don't know, the shade is a little bit off for me. I feel like on the viewfinder, I look a little bit gray. And trust me, y'all, like, the next shade up had like a pink undertone to it. The other ones were red. I just had no other shades but this one. So this is the best we can get right now. And I feel like with this, if I had my perfect shade, it will look really good, because basically it would be like a tinted moisturizer is what she's going for. So it doesn't look bad, but because of the shade, it just looks great on my skin. And I did plan to wear this all day and show you guys, you know, how it wears after 8 hours, but that's not gonna happen, okay? Because I have to go out in public and I'm looking a little bit ashy right now. But what I will do for you guys is on the other side, I will use a sponge and really just press this into my skin like I'm applying foundation and see what it will look like. So with this is like minimal coverage on this side, but on the other side, I kind of want to build it up just a little bit more. So I'm just going to apply some of the serum onto my skin like so. And even though it looks super light, you guys, I will say one thing: once you kind of buff it into your skin, it kind of just melts right in. So the color at first, not gonna lie, it low-key scared me, but once you blend it in more, it's really, really not that bad. So I'm gonna apply this all over. And instead of the brush, because I did not like the way it looked with the brush, I'm gonna try my sponge and see if it looks a lot better. So now that I use the sponge, I will say I think I prefer the sponge side just because you get a little bit more coverage on the skin compared to this side, but this one's still very natural. So it doesn't look bad, you guys. Actually, it doesn't look bad. It's just the color is a little bit off, and I'm super dewy right now, so they definitely did not lie about that. I think if you have oily skin, this may not be the best product just because when we go out in the sun, we're gonna be so greasy by the end of the day. So if you have dry skin, I will say you probably would love this a lot more than those who do have oily skin. But looking at my viewfinder, I don't think it looks that bad. I really don't. I think it looks really good on the skin. It's just a shade. If I had a different shade, I think I would love this a little bit more. So I'm just gonna adjust this one more time so y'all can really get a good look at the skin. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I love the dew. I really love it, but I just know my skin is gonna be super oily by the end of the day. So one thing I do want to say is on the box, it did mention that you do want to set your face with a powder. So I'm gonna take my Urban Decay All Nighter waterproof setting powder, which is a translucent powder, and just lightly set the skin and see what it'll look like with powder on top. So with powder, I must say, okay, I know my opinion is going up and down, but y'all listen. Without the powder, I was a little nervous. Okay, I was a little bit nervous. But once you set your face, okay, I think it looks really good. Because mind you, this is like perfect for the summertime. So I don't have a lot going on in the face. I don't feel, you know, caked up and like a lot going on. So I think this is a great solution. So with this shade, I will say, of course, apply it on your skin, set it with powder, and I think it looks a lot better. But now to keep the whole, you know, light wear makeup situation going on, I'm gonna apply a little bit of concealer. I'm using my Tarte Shape Tape concealer in the shade Deep, and applying a little bit on the eyes because I don't want to do too much makeup with this. I just want to see what it'll look like with some concealer on my face. I'm gonna take some on my forehead and a little bit on the chin as well. And then going back in with my All Nighter waterproof setting powder, I'm just gonna take some of this and apply it where I applied the concealer as well, just to set everything. So now that everything is set, I'm gonna come up a little bit closer again and show you guys what it's looking like. I'm not gonna lie, I'm low-key liking it now. I guess, I don't know, I feel like with this, it kind of oxidizes a little bit, so it's kind of matching a lot more now. But I think it looks good. Okay, so I think this is perfect for that no makeup look that everybody loves nowadays. I think it's perfect for that. So yeah, I don't know, in the beginning I was in shambles, but all right, so I'm gonna take some bronzer, my Fenty Beauty Coconutty bronzer, and just apply a little bit of this onto the skin because I am going for that no makeup look, giving me a little bit of color because right now I feel like I look a little bit washed out. So this will bring some life back into my skin. And I think I want to apply a little bit of blush. I'm going to use my e.l.f. Always Spicy blush. And of course, you can't do like a summer natural look without some gloss. So I have my Fenty Beauty Hot Chocolate Gloss Bomb. All right, so here's the final look. What do you guys think when it comes to the serum? I will say one thing, you know, in the beginning, it was shambles. I was shocked by the color because it looks super light. You guys know how Sephora lights are. Like, it looked good in Sephora, but then when I brought it home, I was like, this does not look right. And then also the way it was applied on my skin, I didn't like it first, but with the sponge, I think it looks a lot better. And also once I set it with powder, I think it just looked a lot better because by itself, it's all right. But I feel like once you set it with powder, it just takes it to a whole nother level. So yeah, with that being said, I think when it comes to the Ilia Serum Skin Tint, I will say it's not going to be everyone's cup of tea. I think you need to try this out for yourself and see if you like it. I feel like when it comes to this product, it's best for those who love like that no makeup look, especially for the summertime. I think you will love this. You just have to find your perfect shade, and that's the hard part, because when it comes to the darker skin tones, the options we had, honestly, y'all, this was like the only shade I feel like will work for a lot of people out there. So that says a lot. But if she comes up with more shades, I think this would be perfect because it looks really good on the skin. Like, I think it looks great. My skin looks flawless, and I didn't really apply much onto my skin, so I really appreciate the fact that, you know, it makes the skin look pretty smooth and flawless. But the shade is my only issue. So yeah, just make sure you go ahead and try it out. So let me know your thoughts down below. If it's something you would like to pick up, let me know what you think about it on my skin, because I think it looks good, but at the same time, y'all will probably see something else, you know, different. But let me know down below. But I love you guys so much. Make sure you like, subscribe if you do leave, and I'll see you guys in the next one.